Hello, Internet Nation. Alex and Ashley here. Just remembered I went to sleep with my plugs out last night, and I should probably put those back in before my holes get too small. Giggity. And YouTube, before you demonetize this, my nips are below the pink part. They are not in the boob part. It, it's not illegal. So, I started recording this, didn't really know what I wanted to talk about. But I guess since my walks got canceled, that concludes me. That concludes me walking Angie. I don't know if I made a video about what's been going on. My memory is days just blend into each other, you know. So you never know what day is what and when I talked about what, when, or to who. But so, I mean, I was gonna say that if I got hit on today, that obviously I'm hot shit, and I should probably, like, throw a little more coal on the confidence fire, because, like, 5 consecutive days of being hit on is a lot, you know? And this is just, like, me going into an area where it's just, like, apparently in downtown Manhattan, I'm like a hot why did I set this up? I know I have a hard time saying this word all the time. Hot commo- commodity? Hot commodity. There we go. I was mixing it up with another word. But, like, I don't know. Well, it's not like I think I'm ugly or anything. But, you know, somebody said that I wasn't hot shit. And I never believed that I was hot shit. Like, I mean, I'm cocky in a confident way. Does that make sense? I'm not like overly cocky. I'm cocky in my abilities that I know I'm good at, like Nendo faces type show. I'm not cocky at that. I wish I was cocky at that. I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm kind of good. But also, I be doing the most sometimes. But yeah, so I mean, I guess 4 consecutive days of being hit on is a lot. So I guess I'm hot shit. And 2 of those days, I actually spoke back, which it's been an interesting time being hit on. I have interacted with a lot of different males over the weekend. It was it was interesting. So I had guys like stop me to talk about the dog I was walking, and I had guys stop me to hit on me. I've had guys stop me to just like talk. I've had guys not stop me, but like, you know, say passing remarks like, oh, hello, how was your day? Or have a nice day, you know, stuff like that. And like, I feel a lot better about the situation now. Probably because I don't have to be in it anymore. That makes me super anxious. Because, like, I, you know, I just kind of want to go to work. I don't want to be perceived by anybody. I don't want to be hit on by anybody. I should probably have some hot tea or something. A lot of buildup in my throat. I'm drinking a lot of water, but not a lot of warm liquids, I guess. That would really break up the phlegm in my throat. Yeah, I feel jiggling around as I speak. Oh, that's annoying. I wish doctors knew shit about doctoring, so a doctor could be like, oh, so this is what's wrong. But I think it's just like an excessive amount of phlegm buildup combined with smoking. Because, like, the feeling has always been there. It's just worse now that I smoke. Not like worse than, oh my god, I'm gonna have a hole in my throat soon type of worse. Just like, it feels like I've been crying. And then you know how when you're crying and your nose is running, but you just like suck it back up so it just goes down the back of your throat? That's how it feels. That's how it feels. Unrelated note apparently my lobes they're stretched to an inch more or less, and I'm trying, like, I'm gonna stay at an inch right now. An inch was my goal size a while ago, and I'm gonna stay here for a while. I'm sure in the future I'm gonna want to go bigger or smaller, but that's for future me to decide. Right now I'm happy at an inch, but my lobes are like healthy enough that, like, usually I'll leave my plugs out for an hour and my lobes are like, aha, now you're a size 22 again. Then we gotta start the whole process over again. But I guess after like months of just staying at an inch and leaving inch plugs in, I can like sleep with my plugs out now, which is amazing because plugs are very uncomfortable, especially at an inch. I guess I'll just make this a life update, you know? My last vlog was very sad, and now, I mean, I'm not here to tell you I'm okay. I'm here to tell you a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, stay on A track, please. But yeah, my lobes are loose enough, healthy enough, I don't know, that I can sleep with my plugs out. Then again, my lobes are very stretched. They were very stretched a while ago. Like, these might have fallen out. So, because I usually wear very heavy glass plugs because I have some double flared. Yeah, they're double flared glass plugs that I want to put in my ear, but I can't because when you have something that's flared, it's typically bigger than your size, so that it doesn't fall out. Like the middle part is your size, but then the edges are bigger so that they don't fall out. You probably already know this, but like that also makes it difficult to get it in your ear. And generally, you're supposed to like stretch a little bit past and then put it in, which also kind of worries me about it getting like stuck in my ear. But you know, if it's cute enough, I guess I don't really mind. Especially if I plan on staying at this one size. Like if I get the oil gauges I have, they're like these rainbowy gauges, but they also have like black in them, so it's like a very dark rainbow. If they got stuck in my ear, especially the inch ones, because the 22 ones have like like little spikes on them, and then that goes up against your head. It's design wise, that's how they get the effect, I guess. But then with the inch ones, it's just a nice flat surface, so if those got stuck in my ear, that'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. I love those. I love them so much. I sometimes feel like putting them back in my ear, but then I would shrink back to a size 22. So I finally got them in an inch because they haven't had them in an inch in years, literally years. And when I bought my 22s, they had an inch, but I was not at an inch, and it was nowhere near an inch because gauging your ears, stretching your ears, oof. Here I am being affected by Dr. Yoon. I think that's who it is, Dr. Yoon, that Asian plastic surgeon on YouTube, who was talking about earlobe reconstruction and referred to ear stretching as ear gauging. It's not the terminology. I would think the surgeon would know better, but I guess he is a surgeon and not a body mod artist, so it's not really his field of speciality. This isn't secure, but okay. What are they talking about? Boys. So, yeah, I've had lots of interactions with guys, and like the funny thing is, like I was waiting for somebody in my friend group to like question me when I told them that like I had a friend that died, and they're like, oh, I'm glad your friend is okay. I'm like, nah, he died. He was like 50 something. He died shortly after the thing that happened. I'm surprised somebody questioned like, why are you hanging out with 50 something year olds? That's to which I could be like, you know, they're cooler. I don't really find myself like gravitating to any of my young guy friends. They just kind of like upset me. And even when like D would upset me, that's my friend that died, even when he would upset me, we could at least talk about it, you know. We could have a conversation about why I was upset and what he did that upset me, and not necessarily what we were going to do about it, because, you know, If you hurt somebody, you don't necessarily have to change as long as you understand and don't like replicate that action. That's the word I'm looking for. As long as you don't replicate that action in the future, you know? Because people have to want to change for themselves. And if you want to be a better person that doesn't hurt people, then that's all on you. And nobody else can make you want to do that. Not without you deciding that that's what you want. Anyway. I'm just so relieved that it's all finally over. I mean, it's not all finally over. What am I talking about? I get hit on every time I leave the house. Like, as much as people don't want to believe that, it's fucking true. We just had 5 consecutive days of me, like, and it wasn't even like me just in the direct area, because the first day when I got hit on by a cop, I was still in Brooklyn. That was before I went over the bridge. That when you yeah, that was before I wasn't even in the area. So it's like, and then nobody in the area hit on me, I think. Wait, no. It all just blurs into one. Days just blur into one. So it's like, I only remember what happened specifically. Like, I can tell you at least one event that took place on every day. I might be worse, so it happened on the second day. But I specifically remember the first day because the, can I get a ride? It's always weird. And like, you know, I'm a heathen. I'm a hooligan. Who gillet? I had the word in my head, and then I started saying the sentence, and it just left. A hooliganist heathen. I would want to ride in a cop car. You know, I think it would be easier to like snatch someone away to go fuck somewhere via cop car. Who doesn't want to fuck in a cop car? You know, so if a cop is all like, let me give you a ride, I mean, one, you'd probably be scared. But two, you know, if he's like obviously coming on to you, then, you know, maybe a nigga want to ride. You know, I mean, I have the equipment for it. Sometimes I want to go for a ride. I mean, my bike is my best friend. Riding that nigga is one of my greatest joys in life. I literally changed the name. I changed the name of my first bike. Actually, I did change the name of my first bike. What was the original name of my bike? I know I changed it to Lord Conti, and I kept making the joke. Was it named after my previous boyfriend? Does that mean Actually, no, technically. I can't even say I named it after a boyfriend or renamed it after a boyfriend, because technically the boyfriend that I gave that nickname to was named after like my favorite robot. So it's not even like, haha, I love you so much that you are this guy, even though it is kind of like that. But it's also like, haha, I love this guy so much that now he is you, or you are him. Haha, yes, you are my robot boyfriend. That's how that works. But yeah, I changed its name because I'm like, if I'm gonna die riding anything, it's gonna be this nigga, you know? So I changed the name of my bike. What was the original name? Was it Mr. Pickles? No, it wasn't Mr. Pickles. Mr. Pickles is the name of my band. But yeah, I like riding things very aggressively. And I don't think it makes sense for anyone to be riding me, you know? I'm all, I don't want to say meek and submissive, because I am a brat. So if you're not going to beat me into submission and or be somebody I want to give complete and utter dominance to, then it's just the whole fight. The whole fight. It's like, I'm not turned on if I'm not scared of you. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe I'll talk to my therapist about that tomorrow. Like, so I was thinking, and I'm like, I have this thing where I like to like be beaten up by people for like fun, but like legitimately, maybe kind of legitimately beaten up, you know? And I don't want to listen to anyone unless I'm scared of them. And that makes me horny. Why is that? He's gonna be sitting there staring at me like, what? No, I'm kidding. He might, His eyes might widen a little bit, but he's pretty good at like hiding his emotions. That would be funny. I mean, that is probably like a thing to think about. And as I've been like working through my traumas more in life, I've discovered that I've adapted a lot of my fetishes. Say, like, I used to like being hit and shit, specifically in the tummy, because that's where all my muscles are. So, like, and as like went on this whole journey of self-discovery, self-love, definitely self-discovery question mark, and like realized that it's more so a transference of energy. Like, I like being hit by people who are like genuinely mad, but like because I made you mad, you know, and like playful kind of sorta. It's weird. It was complicated. That's why you work through this shit, so it's less complicated. So it's not like entangled with trauma, which it definitely was entangled with trauma. And then I started to like realize that, like, you know, I do enjoy absorbing the energy of others. I am a succubus, one could say that. And I enjoy various forms of energy that I feed off of, which is why I have a hard time living life in general, because I'm always alone and there's no energy for me to feed off of when I'm alone, you know? But where's I going? I started thinking about dogs, and then all my thoughts just head empty, nothing but dogs and dog smiles. But fuck, what was I saying? Literally head empty. I can't stop seeing Anguish's little face. He's just so cute. But y'all, I think I broke. But yeah, like, I get a lot of energy from like snuggling and whatnot and hanging out and having good like interactions with people. I mean, I don't know. I can't really say if it lasts long because I don't experience a lot. And a lot of times in interactions, I'm really anxious a lot of the time. So it's not like I'm really with somebody that I feel like I can truly relax with. Not a lot of the time. And then even then, there's usually still stuff you have to worry about. I mean, thinking back on it now, that's definitely the case with dudes, because dudes are weird. And like, you can never just exist in front of a dude. You can never just exist in front of a male. I'm gonna get more friends to use as examples to run data with, because like I would say that like Adonis is a dude, yeah, like of all my friends I would maybe consider him the manliest, which is hilarious to say because if you know him you know, but I would consider him to be the manliest because he's got the qualities of a man, and he ain't out here dehumanizing anybody. He's just living his life, you know? And he is a pretty good friend outside of the, my alarm is going off to walk my baby. But yeah, so he's probably the closest to a man that I know. Which is hilarious because every time I think of him, like the term precious being just flies, like I think of like an image of him just standing there with his Steven energy, just radiating Steven energy, cheesy smile on his face, arms out for a hug. and the words precious bean fly past him. So he's like a good starting place, I suppose, for like a dude. But I know dudes aren't the best with emotions. So until I find one that is good with emotions, he'll go into the unicorn category. Or I don't know how to phrase it. Or I don't know how to perfectly convey my thoughts because they are currently not. How do people think? When you think, what is it like? Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts like? My thoughts are a mix of colors, scents, phrases. Like, I literally see the words, like, as I just described it, that the term precious bean flies past them. Colors, scents, feelings, and then I'm like, okay, now I gotta convey this into thought or into words, which isn't always difficult because I find that everything can be truly be described, but you just need to know what you're looking for in order to describe something, you know? Do you know? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Going back to what I was originally talking about, I'm a little bummed out. So, like, I got hit on 4 consecutive days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, 4 consecutive days. And, like, none of those days was it ever somebody I was attracted to. I often find myself moving through the world wondering why almost every male is bald. Almost every one of them. Why do we hate hair? It's like I like my brothers, but my dating pool is limited. Like I'm not gonna mandate that you be taller than me. I'm not. I'm not. I just thoroughly prefer it. Like I'm pretty sure you thoroughly prefer I had bigger boobs. But like I'm just not gonna insist on that. But I do insist you have hair. I do insist. And the more I get hit on by bald dudes, the stronger I insist on it. I not do not want to grab your scalp. I don't want to slip inside while I'm trying to find something to grab onto while I'm trying not to fucking pop your head off with my thighs. I need something. I need something. Either you trying to lose your ears? You trying to blind me while you down there? I just can't. And I also need a king with a crown. I just need it. I need my nice, rugged jungle warrior. And you can't be a jungle warrior when you ain't got no crown. How glistening my forehead is. Why am I so reflective? But yeah, I need my king to have a crown. And if my king don't have a crown, I'm gonna be sad. Like, what is the purpose of all of this dedication to a person if you just gonna take shit away from me? It's like, oh nigga, you ain't got hair for me to do. The fuck I'm gonna do then? The fuck is you good enough to like stick with me forever? We getting married, nigga. We making children so I can have a baby whose hair I can do. I got needs. I got needs. You already short. But it's never anybody that I'm interested in. It's rarely ever anybody that's my age. Like, I'm pretty sure if I am like this, then there are many a person in the planet that is like this. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with waiting for somebody that you actually like. Somebody that is like you. Somebody that compliments you. Somebody that makes you happy. You don't have to settle for anybody. And I'm like, what? So what? Because nobody's out here trying to offer me love in a relationship. There are people that are like the comments and should be like, oh, I love you so much. I want to go on a date with you. But it's like, you put in no effort to talk to me. And I'm not going to put in any effort to talk to you when you're interested in me. And your profile is private, so I don't even know what the fuck you look like. Like, it seems a little weird to be blind dating people who are obviously right there. Like, come on. And it's always some people that never want to say anything. But you know who says stuff? The bald dudes. The 50-year-olds. It's like, I need at least 3 babies, and then I want to adopt. Don't get it twisted. Don't stop only hearing fucking masochist. It's sadomasochist. I want 3 babies, and then I want to adopt. I mean, well, not and then, and I want to adopt like 50. If you don't want children, keep walking. If you don't want a lot of children, keep walking. It's not that hard. It's not. You don't have to sit here and try to get me to sacrifice my life for your crusty old dick. It's always the old dudes. You're always the old ashy dudes. I keep having flashbacks to this nigga. This fucking nigga that walked up talking about my booty was glistening and, oh, you got a wet mouth, don't you? Like, nigga, where in this frothy shit? Where in this bitch? Where in this bitch so fucking frothy from dehydration? Where in the almost chapped lips are you seeing moisture? So you a pervert and a retard. Thanks for letting me know. Like, that shit just baffles the way guys talk to girls, to people, just baffles me. Just baffles me. Like, I just want to hire a big old nigga. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna convince Mike to just like, no, not Mike. I can't. He's too good a guy. I'm gonna leave him out of this. Just convince somebody to just walk around and go up to people's daughters and just say the wildest sexual shit to them. See if they get upset. It's like, oh, so it's okay for you to talk about my wet mouth, but when another guy comes and says he wants to stick his dick in your daughter's mouth, you have an issue with it. Really? Well, that seems like a you problem because it looks like she's down. Like, there are certain types that you can hit on that are gonna go for this shit. If you fucked up in raising that and raising exactly what you want, you better not be fucking this girl, I swear to God. Just steal his whole daughter. It's like, you know what? Originally, I was just fucking with you because your emotions ain't shit, and I want to break your heart and your will, so you just take your whole life and get the fuck off my planet. But is she down? So I guess we just gonna kidnap her now. You had a daughter. You could have celebrated Father's Day, but you blew it. She's mine now. She's my daughter now. I find it kind of funny how relieved I feel right now. I don't know why. I always have mom anxiety. But, like, I'm not going to smell like wet dog. I might smell a little ferrety, because I always smell a little ferrety. Oh, musty, maybe? Because a lot of the clothes I wear could use a wash. But, you know, she gave me no, like, morals and raised me in the jungle. She shipped me off to our family in a third world country and then expected me to be Americanized. Like, no, I'm gonna go with their morals, you know? I'm gonna be happy and run around with my family and play in the dirt and shit, and then come back to America and wonder why everybody has a grass phobia. You ever notice that? People just hate grass. They just hate the ground. You sit on the floor, they're like, oh my god, the floor is so dirty, it's so dirty, germs. And I'm like, I'm a germaphobe. But, like, realistic germaphobe? Like, mud is cool. Bugs, I could go without. You know? Like, there's a difference between, say, if a cicada landed on you compared to a cockroach or a fly. It's like, my nigga, I know for a fact you have been chilling in some shit and you have the audacity to bring your little shitty hands and your little shitty feet and your little shitty onto my skin. I think the fuck not. But then you have like a butterfly, and it's just like, ah, I'm so beautiful. I've only been sitting on flowers. And you're like, oh yeah, so cute and so clean. I love you so much, you precious creature. You know, there's a huge difference between the two things. So it's like, I never understand when people are like, oh, the floor is gross. Which, you know, granted, if it's like one of those places where it's like people have been peeing here, they never go to that though. It's never like, oh my god, there could be poop there, there could be pee there. Because yes, if you're chilling in the grass, there could be pee or poop anywhere. If we all decide that we're just gonna be animals and go wildly wherever, you know, like in the middle of a field of grass instead of like behind a tree or something. Theoretically, there isn't really a law for where and when one can and should go to the bathroom as the animals do. I learned this walking dogs because, like, I mean, you can tell if you really want to. You can tell when a dog's about to poop because, like, their anus starts to throb and expand when they're about to poop, and it does that for about at least a few minutes prior, just before they start sniffing around for a good spot. You can notice that your dog is about to poop. If you're really dedicated, yes, I am that dedicated to my job that I even notice shit like that. But you can tell, you know? They also have like their spots. Like I've learned Angie likes to poop on grates, which very sneaky, very sneaky, kind of good because it's like if the poop is small enough, it's just gonna fall down, and nobody needs to know. But like, you know, so some places are dirty, especially in human society, because human males are obsessed with their penises, so they just go crazy with them. You know, they just love doing dumb shit. Like, I couldn't even finish this sentence. I was gonna say like writing their name in the snow, but dear God, do I wish I could write my name in the snow with my penis. I can't even say that's stupid because that would just be me being mad and jealous. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna retract the statement entirely. I'm just gonna retract the statement entirely. They're not obsessed with doing stupid shit with their penis. They're obsessed with doing stupid fun shit with their penis. Because I can't even say sword fighting is stupid. Because if I had a penis, I'd be sword fighting everything. Nobody would ever have sex with me. I'd have like a dedicated girlfriend who loves me very much, but is tired of my shit. Because she'd be like, honey, please, please, can I suck your dick already? Can you please stop slapping me with it and giggling? Honey, please, can we just get to the fucking? Nah, let me just use the head. I probably have a pierced penis too. Maybe. I don't know. Pierced penises scare me. As a person with a vagina and a person that is also a baby, like if I had a penis and you were piercing it, I might freak out. Would you feel it? Do you feel it? If you have a Prince Albert, that's the only penis piercing I know. At least the only one that comes to mind. The only name I know. Prince Henry? Is it Prince Henry penis piercing? I know there's also the ladder. Or is it called a bridge? I think it's a ladder. But damn, now all the terminology is coming to my mind. I'm like, aha, scrotum stretching. Yes, but that's different. But yes, if you have a piercing on your penis, tell me if it hurt. Maybe show it to me. Maybe. Ask me first. Let me think about it. And then if I say yes, please show it to me. I'm gonna stop there because my mind needs to stop. Anyway, yes, I would definitely get it pierced, and that would scare me, which is funny because that makes me an asshole. Because I'm like, so I mean, if a dude came at me with a pierced penis, I'd be like, yes, finally. But also, I'd be a little scared because, is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is that dangerous? I don't know. But also, I'd be a little scared because, is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna tear me in some way? Is But then, like, if I had a penis, yeah, bitch, let me fuck you with this thing. Just no remorse. No remorse. How did we get here? How did we start talking about Prince Albert's? See, so I can't have a penis. Now, head empty, thinking about penises, pierced penises now, and how I should pierce one of my dildos. Very tempted to pierce one of my dildos. Which one? Not sure. Maybe the big one. Maybe. Maybe the second big one. Actually, no, the second big one is the black one. Maybe the third big one. Doesn't really have much penis shape, but maybe a bridge can fix that. I mean, a ladder. This is a bridge, I believe. Or do they call multiple places bridge? Actually, no, this is the bridge of your nose, so it's a bridge piercing. I wonder if I have enough skin here. I think I'd have enough skin. There's like this much skin. Could pierce that. I've always wanted a bridge piercing, but I wear glasses, and they would probably interfere. But anyway, suddenly I don't feel so well. Not sure why. Maybe I need to lay down. Maybe I need more water. This is indeed water. It's water with chlorophyll in it. That's the stuff that makes the plants green. Makes you extra sweaty. Turns me into a water fountain. Not used to being this sweaty. Not at all. But if it's detoxing, I guess it's good. You know, I get all them toxins out my skin, because Lord knows, there's probably a lot. But I'm gonna go do something else. And bye. If you made it this far, know that you are appreciated for indulging these random thoughts of mine. Know that you are loved, if by no one in this planet this guy loves and appreciates you. As is this guy. But only if you come to his games. And probably only if you're related to him. I don't really see him caring about many people. I really need to keep better examples near me. Just me and my assholes and sociopaths. Actually, no, this one is a straight psychopath, not a sociopath. Now this might be a sociopath. Him and his science. Nah, I'm kidding. Senku's actually a really good guy. He just doesn't care about good and evil. Okay, bye.